Welcome back to Stay Focused, Focus Real Estate's weekly video series. This week we're at Casa Verde, highlighting one of our favorite go-to restaurants with Owen, Lindsay, and David. Thank you for allowing us to come in and film with you guys today.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Casa Verde and how long you've been here and what you do.
Casa Verde is about 3.5 years old. We opened in the spring of 2016. Our goal was to create another neighborhood restaurant, really casual, focused on serving delicious food, excellent service, an interesting drink program. We thought it'd be really fun to have a broader draft beer list focused on craft beers.
Yeah.
And tequila.
And tequila, that's
Yes.
right.
Now
so we opened
tequila.
we didn't open with a full liquor license, so that's one
Right,
of the
you
things
had the cordial.
That's right.
Yeah.
And with a cordial license, you can be creative, but it's a lot easier with a full liquor license.
It's a lot easier with tequila.
And so it's primarily Mexican-inspired food, twist. And Owen, you're the chef?
I am. I'm the chef. I've been here about 1.5 years now. When I came and took over here, what I wanted to do was just put delicious things on tortillas. And at the time, we were not making our own tortillas. Within a couple of weeks, we had tortilla cooks working here full time. So we've been doing our own tortillas for about 1.5 years now. And it's just a fun, casual place. I think it should just be a place you can drop in, have a couple tacos, have a margarita, and leave. You know what I mean? Or spend your entire night here.
And have more than a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't think there should be no pressure when you walk in the door here. And I think the other thing that I did when I started here is I just love oysters. And it's something that we in Massachusetts do better than I think any other state. People might argue that, but I think so.
Comment below.
So we get all of our oysters through a company called Island Creek. So they are very selective in who they distribute and where they get their oysters from. So they're all like, every oyster that we get in here has a pretty cool story that goes along with it. They're just, I think, something that we do better than anybody else.
And it's become a real, Casa Verde's become a real neighborhood hangout. Got a nice energy and vibe. And that's something you kind of set out to make and create, I think, right?
We inherited a space that had a really kind of a large, clunky bar in the middle, which we felt really broke it up. So we pulled down the old walls and found this brick wall. We pulled down walls and found this beautiful, I think it's beautiful. It has sort of an old saloon look to it. The bar itself is built with those planks. We just planed off the paint.
Nice.
So, you know, I think what we loved was finding materials that were really beautiful that kind of evoked an older space. We just wanted a space that felt really convivial. So this bar was a bit bigger than the bar that we found here. It's a long, narrow space, but this bar is really, I think, a comfortable one to hang out at.
And so you're responsible then for part of the vibe around here.
Yeah, so we've been trying to incorporate some more weekly events and monthly events to sort of, as David was mentioning, bring the community in. So, for example, on Tuesdays we do a Turntable Tuesday and encourage people to bring in their own vinyl and let us know what they're interested in hearing, and then we kind of have a play-off all night. We also have a variety here that people can select from too if they want to come in and be a part of it but don't have their own vinyl or don't have space to keep their own vinyl at home. So a way to sort of enjoy music across the board. It's all kinds of genres, it's old, it's new, but it's sort of one of the fun events we try and do to bring people in, and it's been building a pretty good following every Tuesday. But my job essentially is to make sure that the team is doing well and the team has the tools that they need. So if I'm doing my job well, then that vibe carries through and everyone's in a good
And then the customers have a good time.
Exactly. We really try and make sure that everyone here is in a good place and keep up that happy vibe. The music has a lot to do with that.
It does.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. When you come in, there's a lot of good energy and a lot of good
Well, I think something
music
else that you
playing.
did that, whether intentional or not, is we have a decent amount of Spanish-speaking front of the house here, which I think is really cool because you get a really diverse blend of the people of JP, but also Greater Boston in here, and I think that really adds to the vibe here and makes it a different and special place than a lot of other places.
It feels open and accepting to everyone, you know, a real community place.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your favorite cocktail?
My favorite cocktail is draft beer.
How many beers do you have on tap?
We do have space for 15, but
That's significant.
We usually choose to have a few less than that. It allows us a little flexibility to do monthly. We really like to feature local breweries, so it gives us an easier way to feature, to have those tap takeovers.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
We can just feature maybe 4 or 5 of
That's
their
like
beers.
another one of the specials, right? The tap takeover, or is that with the vinyl?
Not necessarily. So the vinyl happens every Tuesday weekly, whereas the tap takeovers we do once a month. So we
that's once a month, because I know I usually see the sign out front for the takeover. Do you like have to bring your own keg? Like put this in?
Really special.
There's a real resurgence of brews.
There really is.
Oh, yeah.
You
It's
know,
big.
it's a really big thing right now, because it was what, late 80s, early 90s we were experiencing the microbrew.
Kind of. There were a few rebels back then, and then it just like blew up within the last like 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really happening.
But
They're really micro now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really fun.
yeah, absolutely. And especially in this area, we're so IPA heavy in New England that it's really important that those beers are had fresh. And I think that's why another reason we limit our taps here is just because we want to be able to turn them over quickly so that you're drinking them at their peak.
The focus on freshness is really, really important. So having 60 beers doesn't mean a lot to us because a lot of those beers may not be fresh. So I think we feel like we're able to curate a smaller collection of beers, but make sure that it's a distinctive selection.
There are a few staples that we have all the time. Birds of a Feather from Lamplighter is one of them, and it's, we probably sell more of that than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's definitely demanded by the community.
Yeah.
Do you have a website that people can go to and see your menu, see some of the events and what's happening here?
Yes, absolutely. Casa Verde, jp.com.
CasaVerdeJP.com.
And anything you guys want to plug? Special events coming up?
We do have one the last Monday in October. There's a great organization called Astronomy on Tap, where we can have a short, say 2-hour presentation by NASA-funded scientists in our community. So
That's your talking your
Right
language.
up my alley. Yeah, that's
black
awesome.
holes, life on Mars. So
That's
we're really
wild.
looking forward to that.
And there's actually some rocket scientists right here in this neighborhood.
There are.
Oh, I want to give a quick shout out to one of the coolest things we do, which is our Nitro Margarita, which is we make it in like a small keg batch a couple times a week.
Margarita on tap.
Yeah.
And
We need that at home. Maybe
always
we'll just come
fresh.
here instead.
Yeah, just come
It could get dangerous, but
Exactly.
Awesome.
And what's
Awesome.
your address here physically? Sorry, I knew we were going to get one stumper in
That
there.
really got me. That's our address. 7-Eleven Center.
Awesome.
7-Eleven Center Street, right?
Look for the green.
Casa Verde means green.
Awesome. This
Well,
has
thank
been
you
great.
guys. We really appreciate you.
Taking
opening
your
your
time
doors
out of
and-
your busy schedule.
Indeed.
coming through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our
Absolutely.
pleasure.
So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay focused.